like game over.
Dropped from the game.
Yes, that was
All
so
right.
fast.
Well, it looks like we're...
It's so hard to call the winner in that game.
All right. Well, it looks like we'll be consulting with the refs to see if a regame will be needed.
It's like Day 9 TV, stop, record,
Yeah, stop,
rebeam.
record. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to upload it to my archives so everyone can enjoy the 20 seconds.
It's like the third, fourth place match lasted 5 seconds. Everyone's like, what?
God, they're so good.
They are so fast at 8 p.m. Oh.
So either way, we will be re-inviting everyone to the game. It seems that there was some sort of funky connection issue. No big deal. We just got some good practice, I think.
Yeah, we got ready to introduce the players. Both players got ready. They saw the countdown. They have to do it again.
That was a pretty funny feeling. It's like everyone getting pumped up to go to the club, and they're like, hey, wait. Yeah.
I love Swedish boys.
Oh, funny to think that there's a Peruvian and a Korean in the game. He just has a shirt that's like, no, I love them.
I just love Swedish
I'm
boys.
so glad I was able to bring this shirt to the event to let everyone know. Here's the good luck to have fun in the good game. Let's go into game 1, attempt number 2. If you would like the Korean hero oGsTOP to win, give a cheer for oGsTOP.
And please make equal or more noise for Fenix. Oh
And the game
it
hasn't
lost it.
disconnected.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Fenix spawning in the right position as the blue Terran, and in the top we have oGsTOP as the red Terran. Oh, we were so excited for that first attempt at the finals. That's a lot like getting ready to go to the club. You got your dancing outfit on, you're feeling so good, and the door is open. It's just like an empty gym. You're like, wait a minute. I guess I went to my high school instead of to the club.
There's one 28-year-old sitting there dancing by himself, and you're like, oh, this is a really bad place. Why did I come here?
But fortunately, we have gotten the regame go, and we are on Scrap Station, a very odd map for Terran versus Terran due to these extremely close positions. Players love tanks, they love Marines and Marauders, but on this map, there's really only this center vein as a good opportunity to do any sort of pushing. So players do a lot of dropping with medevacs. They do a lot of runaround action with mobile units like Banshees. It's going to be a very, very unusual TVT.
Yeah, and every map we've seen, we always see Banshees almost in every game, in every matchup we've seen with Terran so far. And this map just emphasizes that even more because of the distances you have to travel and the small pathway you pointed out. Air is just a lot more viable to do harassment. And oGsTOP has been on top of his game throughout the entire tournament, and we'll have to see how he does against Fenix. But on the same level, Fenix has been showing us some fantastic play, and this is, even though it is third versus fourth place, well, third for fourth place game, this is not going to be a very low skill game. This is going to be extremely high skill, and this could have technically even been the finals.
Absolutely. Both these players so talented, and this will be the first best of 5 that we will be seeing today. No matter what the results of this tournament, we will be going to the Dream Arena Extreme after this to have the finals occur at 5 p.m. It's currently 3 right now. Plenty of time for these Terran versus Terrans to run their course.
Best of 3. You never know how long this Terran versus Terran can go on, but the way we've seen them today, they've been short, exciting, entertaining games. And the Tech Lab, once again, for Fenix, has been constructed. It is there, and we compare it over into oGsTOP space. He loves to get a couple of Marines first.
Now, one thing that's very unusual about Fenix is that even on a map like Scrap Station, he does favor getting the very early Reaper. He can shut down any sort of Hellion movement. In particular, he can hang out at this Zelnaga watchtower and control it absolutely. There's almost no way that Top can regain control of it himself. So it's a little bit unusual because oftentimes there's not a good way to transition out of this. But of course, Fenix has been doing this exact style for so many months. It looks like he's just going for a 1-Rax expand, maybe?
No, I don't know. Yes, he is. He's trying to play around with his mind. He is going to go and expand, and the Reaper will get this SCV off. But the reason why he went down there and confused us a little bit is he wanted to think, wanted oGsTOP to think that he was moving forward with a second SCV, and then decided to pull back once out of range to put the command center down. But I don't think oGsTOP will fall for anything like that. He is building a couple more Marines just in case, though. Second refinery has been put down for both players. And will we see the starport come out? It looks like starport is going to come down for oGsTOP.
Looks like we do have this SCV from Fenix hanging out at the front of the base. That Reaper is swinging around to the right side. More Mariners and Factory getting all the appropriate add-ons. Here are the Marines trying to do a little bit of damage. Fenix is just going to pop right back off doesn't care to get too much information, just wants to make sure that he can keep that Reaper alive, and he will be returning back to the Zell Naga Watchtower. Fenix, in the meantime, getting a very fast factory, not going for the usual barracks defense.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting, actually. I mean, we talked about how players like to get the Banshees in this game, and what oGsTOP has been doing, he goes for this tank first, just in case there are any pushes that he can use it to defend with, and then he likes to go for a Banshee, but no, he's actually getting a Medivac out, and it looks like, because I think he might be suspecting Fenix to go for a fast expand build, so it looks like he's going to counter this with a tank and a Medivac.
Very cool build order coming out from oGsTOP. Very popular to do the Medivac Marine tank push. You have a lot of units at the outset. It looks like, yes, he will be going for that push and has even swapped the factory over, getting another tech lab so that way he can begin the Banshee production right away, or perhaps do absolutely nothing and just have an abandoned add-on. No, there's the Banshee coming up. And it looks like Marauder's now swinging forward, does manage to pick off that one Reaper. Fenix really desperately wants to control that Zell Naga Watchtower, but he's going to be in for a surprise. Uh-oh, there's the push. Fenix, oh no, losing both of those Marauders. He has almost nothing there in his main to defend. oGsTOP might sprint out to a very easy first win.
I mean, with this Medivac here, it's going to be extremely hard for him to do anything. He's trying to make another Marauder, but it's taken a while. It's only halfway done, and there is one Marauder on the ramp, and that is it. A Hellion being forced to make because he needs units out. And uh-oh, this Marauder runs. Oh, you're in trouble, dude. You got to move. SCVs are being pulled off as well.
Making Vikings because he just does not have enough capacity to make other units, but doing a good job using the long range of those Marauders. I wouldn't have thought that Fenix could hold this attack off, but oh, some nice load unload micro going on there. One of those does end up falling. There are the two Vikings out to pick off that Medivac maybe, but Fenix is still in a lot of trouble. One of the Vikings does fall. There are the remainder of the ground forces. He does kill the Medivac. The SCVs come. Fenix lands, and in a miracle defense, he's managed to stay alive. But wow, 41 food versus 21 food for top.
He manages to clean it out, but Fenix, looking at the supply count, has been knocked down to 17 SCVs compared to 29, almost double, and that's not looking good, especially because oGsTOP has a command center out now, ready to be lifted down to his natural.
There's the Viking coming out right now for oGsTOP. Continuing to make tanks, getting all the add-ons that he wants. Add-ons, even though they are vital structures, they do take so long to build that they generally are a risk. So by doing that push, Top bought himself so much time. Look at all the construction going on in his base as he gets all the necessary structures.
And these Vikings, I don't know if they can do too much. He's building a third one as well. Obviously, they're going to be extremely key when you have a Viking tank wars. There are no tanks from oGsTOP at all. I mean, these kind of seem a little bit wasteful, especially because he should be concentrating on trying to get back into the game. On the other hand, though, the expansion for oGsTOP is on its way down to the natural, and he doesn't really have to do anything in this position. Obviously, we always hear it that as soon as you're ahead or starting to build a decent lead, you don't need to go and attack to try and finish it as soon as possible, because you can just lose your lead as easily as you gained it. You just need to stay calm and keep macroing away.
We have seen that so many times in this tournament. A player who gets a huge early lead just plays passively and then wins about 5 or 6 minutes later. That's when that economic lead has had a long time to extend. We're even seeing that what used to be a 20 food difference is slowly chipping up to 22 and 25. So whenever we do see this push come out from top, it will be 6 production units worth of buildings. 4 barracks, 1 factory, 1 starport, all rallied together. Fenix going to try to get any advantage he can, picking off these air units, but point defense drone doing a good bit of help to keep that Viking alive. But man, look at this, only 3 unit producing structures for Fenix.
Well, that Viking war was actually really cool because, I mean, there was 4 Vikings versus 2, but because of that point defense drone, it was actually just a 1-1 trade. 1 Viking for another Viking, and now, oh no, Fenix, be careful, Fenix!
And he does not lose any Fenixes, but still this push coming up from oGsTOP. What did I say? Did I say Fenixes?
Yeah.
Happens. Fenix did not lose any of himself there in that battle, but no, he didn't end up losing any Vikings as well. Gosh, that point defense drone lasts forever.
It does last forever, and it's got so much energy just tanking away. That Viking kills 2 in a really battle that he shouldn't have won. And oh no, Fenix, you're in trouble, man. This bunker's trying to go up, but he hasn't even got stim on these Marauders, and as well, and he doesn't even have shells at all. He's in a lot of trouble, Dana, and especially when these siege up.
The tanks are going to siege. All of Fenix's SCVs are coming into the fray. The tanks say num, num, num. Blast away these SCVs. Fenix tries to do the land. He might be able to hold off this attack. but it is going to be very hard for Fenix to pull through. Look at the resource counting station, 80 to 35. oGsTOP continuing to press his advantage.
And there's, I really don't like to say this one commentating that one player's already won, but it's looking extremely one-sided. 4 Vikings and a Raven are going to come in to clean up these 3 Vikings of Fenix. Here they come in, one shot goes off. Will another point defense drone go down? Here it is. One of them goes down. He lands them very smartly. Does that, and he can't do anything to them because if he does land himself, there are Marines. And oh my god, he's actually going to do this.
He's going to try to press forward. It doesn't look like Fenix will be able to withstand this attack. Well, maybe he'll be able to stay alive. Yes, indeed he does, but look at how smart Top is playing, just rallying units in as he continues to extend this lead more and more. Fenix now sieging up this tank. Top might not even care. He might just continue to sprint into this hill attack.
And here we are. He decides to push out, actually. When that scan, he sees the siege tank on there with siege mode and like, all right, well, now you've got siege mode. It's a little bit harder for me to push onto you because you will do a lot of damage before I get close enough. So he's just going to go back. It wouldn't surprise me if he decided to even take a third. He's just so far ahead. 99 food now to 53 of Fenix. Unfortunately, he's fallen a little bit behind. But Fenix is getting a couple more barracks up. Both with reactors, going to see a lot of Marines being pumped out.
I am still so disappointed to see him not getting the combat shield upgrade repeatedly in this tournament. That has come back to haunt him again and again and again. Looks like the SCV is now retreating. I'm honestly curious if it's because he is on a different install of StarCraft 2 instead of the Spanish version. That could possibly have changed one of his hotkeys or so, because he is so methodical about getting that combat shield there. He is picking off one of those Ravens, and I'm a little surprised to see oGsTOP go for this factory instead of for a third.
And using the Vikings to scout exactly what's going on, knows how many production facilities he does have, and all these units. oGsTOP has so many Marines and tanks. He might just bust through these rocks actually day 9 and just go and kill him because there is so much there, especially because he has more Vikings than Fenix does also, so he's going to have the sight range difference. Fenix is coming in to see. He's got to be careful though, as these Marines do have Stim now. He's trying to pick off Medivac. Will he be able to do it? No.
It looks like very nice play there by oGsTOP, just trying to pick off any little thing that he can, trying to keep Fenix on his toes. Fenix still trying to do a good job of spotting at these expansions. We see that combat shield upgrade is done right now for oGsTOP, and now he's swinging forward. We did see oGsTOP make a critical blunder against Nama in their first game, running those Marines in a little bit too tightly. Let's see if he ends up making the same mistake again.
We have in the unit counting station now for Fenix 3 tanks and 17 Marines, compared to oGsTOP with double the amount of tanks at 6 and 10 more Marines at 27. With the combat shield though, as you were saying, and Stim. Oh, big hit by that tank, and here he comes in.
Oh, and it looks like he's going to lose the drop at the top, and there are the tanks doing a lot of damage. Fenix trying to micro back, does manage to pick off a majority of those Marines, but he is waiting for the Stim to run out. Those Vikings did a great job killing that for Fenix. Where the tanks do siege, it's going to have to be a really amazing micro feat for Fenix to pick all these off, and it looks like Fenix defends again, amazingly enough.
How is he doing this? oGsTOP just is sitting on 2 base, right? All right, I'm just going to go kill you. And then he fails, and then he tries again and fails. Somehow Fenix still in this. Did lose a good amount of SCVs though, down to 30 SCVs to 68. Slowly but surely, that oGsTOP will keep pushing his advantage. Now, I don't know if he's going to go for another attack. He may do, because there is no SCV out here to try and get a 3rd expansion at all. He's just going to try and push once more against Fenix.
Looks like we have a couple more Vikings trying to find any medevacs at all. Fenix is kind of forced to have only Marauders remaining after those tanks rip through the Marines, so he knows that if he can keep the medevac count down as well, then he might be able to continue to push, but Fenix is just pulling off the impossible again and again, and it looks like we're having a little bit calmer of an advance by oGsTOP.
And an expansion for oGsTOP has been put down on the top actually. So now it's 3 base versus 2 at a nice position. And these Vikings are going to give it range in the Stim. Of the Marauders come in, decides to pull back. And well, Fenix is looking pretty bad now as he's kind of contained within his own ramp.
And it looks like there's the re-siege by oGsTOP advancing forward. The Marines tend to dart in. And there, all the Marauders get annihilated by that Marine count. And oGsTOP finally closes out the game. Wow.
Fenix. oGsTOP though, very nice play.
Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed at the ability of oGsTOP to take that early lead and to keep pressing, but I'm kind of surprised that it took so long for Top to win. Fenix really having tremendous resilience in that game.
That's the thing with Terran versus Terran, is that SCVs are so useful that, I mean, you do lose a lot, but you can manage to survive attack after attack just by pulling SCVs off, losing 5 to 6 SCVs and tanking a lot of damage while your units make up that difference, and then you actually are able to survive. Fenix showing us that 2 or 3 times in that game.
So the next map will be on Metalopolis, just going to make sure both players are ready. Not only